welcome back to the channel. It's been a long weekend. I did not do a members only live stream last weekend. So here we are on a Monday with our members only live stream. We're making steak and egg quesadillas today. So I have my quesadillas here. Turn this down a little bit. And then I have my steak right here that I did cook a little bit. We're going to cut it up. Hey, Drip King, how are you doing? How are you doing? Steak and egg quesadillas. We got our steak right here. We have our eggs right here. Happy Monday, you guys. It is the beginning of the week. And I have my cheese blend right here. A little bit of sour cream and salsa. We're going to keep it simple for today. And I have 11:37, so I'm late. But you can have a steak and egg quesadilla for lunch or breakfast. And Drip King says, same here. Yes, I'm running late today. I had a lot of things I had to do. But I was like, let me get this quick live stream in. Oh, and also yesterday, we did not have Sunday dinner. We're going to have Monday dinner. I already have one of the videos set up. We're going to do chicken dumplings. Yes, okay, so Saturday my daughter had a gymnastics competition. Sunday I was so tired. I was like, we are not going to be able to do Sunday dinner today. So, we're going to do it today. And I got my quesadillas right here. I'm putting these off to the point. And if you guys are on YouTube, check out the Drip King's YouTube channel. And then Drip King, you can go ahead and drop the link. So let me grab a knife. We're going to cut up the steak. So the steak is like, kind of like in chunks. So I'm just going to cut it down to bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to make our eggs. We're going to reheat the steak up. See everything I'm doing. We gotta look closer. See? Okay, there we go. There we go, y'all. And hit the like button on your way in. You can always support this channel by becoming a member, leaving a super chat, hitting the PayPal or the Venmo. But I hope everybody's having a good week so far. I mean, it's Monday. If you're having a bad week already, it's all bad for you. But that doesn't mean your week won't get better. I don't have a lot of steak here. I don't think I'm going to need to cut it all, but we will see. And we're just going to keep the seasoning pretty simple for this. Ooh, I make my own taco seasoning. I'm probably going to use that. And yes, for children's content, subscribe to Ava's Playtime. Okay, so we have our steak cut up. I have some steak left, but we're gonna save that for next time. And I'm gonna get this pan on the back burner and get our steak heated up. I'm just gonna push y'all back. Get our steak heated up on the back. We're gonna start our eggs on the front. Give my hands a rinse. Okay, and we're making a steak and egg quesadilla. We have made quesadillas before on this channel, and I'm actually going to tag some of those videos in the video description. I just didn't have time before we got here. So we got our pan on. We're going to get this, put some oil in here, and we're going to get our steak heated up. I'm going to put some of my homemade taco seasoning on the steak. I got so many seasonings in there, food again. Here we go. I only got a little bit left because I've been using it. This is my homemade taco seasoning right here. Turn the fan on. We're gonna get our steak on the stove. Rearrange things. Okay. You're gonna want to keep your cutting board because you're gonna need it. I'm just gonna flip this over. You're gonna need it to cut your quesadilla. So here's our steak. Put a little bit more oil in there. Put this on the back burner, and then we're gonna get our eggs started in the front. And you only need a little bit of steak and a little bit of eggs for the quesadilla. You don't need a ton. Put a little bit of butter in the pan. And what I like to do when I'm making my eggs, I like to crack all my eggs in the bowl and then put them on the stove. But some people, I've seen some people where they will crack their eggs in the pan. Whatever way you do it is totally fine. So we're going to put a little bit of butter in there for our eggs. And then this is our cheese, and have some salsa and sour cream here. So these are our eggs right here. It might help if I turn this burner on. It'll help if I turn the burner on. Okay. So I was going to put onions in this quesadilla, but I forgot. But normally I love onions, so I put them in like everything I cook. And we're going to keep our eggs simple with some salt and pepper. So using a fork, I'm going to mix up the eggs. Let me just readjust this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got my steak one in the back here. And then I got my butter melting. I'm going to cook my eggs in here. And sometimes what I like to do to get fluffy eggs is I'll put a little bit of milk in my eggs. I'm going to put some milk in there. Always check your dates on your food before you use it, just to make sure that it's not bad, or some people even like to smell it. But for me, if I look at the date and it's expired, I'm not using it. Everyone feels very differently about expiration dates. Some people feel like they don't matter. I if my milk says it's a day past, I am not drinking it. I'm not drinking it. So I got my eggs here and put some salt and pepper in there. I know y'all are like, is she okay? But yeah, I'm fine. I'm hungry. That's what it is. I'm hungry, food gang. I wanted to get here earlier, but stuff was just not going my way. Okay, put it back here. And then we're gonna put a little bit of our homemade taco seasoning in our on our steak. Let that cool. Alright, we are making a steak and egg quesadilla, and this is for my members. On Saturday, I did not live stream at all. I normally do the Saturday foodie and breakfast, but this Saturday, I was at a competition for gymnastics, and then the last one we did was the mukbang. I opened that one up to everybody, so here we are. So we have our eggs that are going on right now. Okay, and then for my eggs, I put it about like on a 4 or 5. You don't want to cook them too high. You want to cook them kind of like low and slow. You don't want to put your eggs into a scorching hot pan, because then they're going to turn like brown and, overcook. So let me show y'all the steak. This is steak that is going into our quesadilla. I'll put it in there with our homemade taco seasoning. Okay, and as you guys know, the eggs are very expensive right now. We have talked about why they are so expensive multiple times on this channel, but for those of you guys that don't know, bird flu is taking out a lot of the flocks, and so they are saying that eggs are hard to come by, so that's why you're seeing the price increase at the grocery store. I'm going to try a little piece of this steak and see what's in for it. Delicious. And for that steak, I get that one from the butcher, so it's just so tender, so good. We got our eggs on here. And then once our eggs get done, we will be ready to start building our quesadillas. We're making steak and egg quesadillas. And if you're someone that's a vegetarian or you don't eat red meat or something like that, you can always put chicken in your quesadilla, or you can just put vegetables in your quesadilla. That is totally fine. Thank you so much, Drip King, always supporting other content creators. Super, super important to support other content creators because content creation is very difficult. It's not easy. It's complicated, and some days you be wanting to give up. You be like, I don't know why you even do this. But so it's important to always support other people. So thank you so much, Drip King. Oh, and then Drip King, I was telling you to drop the link for your channel. Okay, so we're making a steak and egg quesadilla. Our steak is pretty much done. Oh, Drip King said, I eat halal food, seafood, and vegan food. Halal food is food that has to be prayed over, right? Before it gets eaten. There used to be a halal butcher. When I was in Oregon, they did a lot of that, like the halal food. Yes, okay. So it has to be prayed over before it gets eaten. But we used to have a halal, am I saying it right? Halal butcher in Oregon. And a lot of people, when I lived in Oregon, they would eat halal food. There's just a lot of different diets when I was in Oregon. And that's what I loved about it as far as like the food scene. Because I got exposed to so much. I never have heard of that halal until I moved to Oregon. And Drip King said also the blood has to be drained too. And I don't know if I'm not looking in the right place, but I don't really see a ton of that in Alaska. But I could not be looking in the right place. Hey, Drip King, do you know this? What's the difference between kosher food and halal food? What's the difference? Is it who's praying over it that makes it different? So we got our eggs right here. We're just gonna we don't want any big chunks in our quesadilla. And I'll tell you, Foodie Gang, there is so much to learn about food and the job of, or like, you can never learn enough. Oh, okay, so Drip King said halal and kosher is similar, but praying is different. There was a kosher, it was like a kosher restaurant, where you can go and get like breakfast. It was really, really good. Yes, but they had like halal restaurants, kosher restaurants, so like, it was nice learning about that type of stuff because I wouldn't be exposed to it otherwise. So we have our steak here and we got our eggs. Now we're going to get the pan on for our quesadilla. And I have like this flat frying pan that I recommend that you guys definitely get one. Drip King said kosher, the animal is slaughtered according to specific rituals, including cheddar. You know what? It's like, I feel like sometimes we just go to the grocery store, we pick out food, but we never really know the backstory about what we're eating. So I got my quesadillas, which they make locally here. Or, sorry, tortillas. It's not a quesadilla until you add the toppings and fry it up. And Drip King said I can eat kosher if I want. Yes, because it's like, I know there's so many different like types of food and rituals and culture, so you never want to be offensive when you ask a question. But sometimes it's like people really don't know and need a little bit more information. So we're gonna get this pan on like a 7. Get it pretty hot, but not too hot. Your quesadilla will start to burn if the pan is too hot. And you guys, I was on live and I burned something. I was so mad because it's like I always make the same food and it never burns. But the one time I'm on live, that's when it burns. I was so upset. So upset. Okay, our pan's feeling pretty hot. And we're going to put our quesadilla on here and start building it. Okay, this is how they do it in the restaurants. This is how I was taught to make quesadillas. Whatever way y'all make quesadillas, this is how y'all make quesadillas. And there is no wrong or right way. But you do need to wash your hands before you start. So I put a little bit of cheese on there. And I have cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese mixed together. I'm going to put some steak on there. Smelling good already. And then Drip King said, I do eat Pakistani food because my mother mixes it up. I don't think I've ever had any Pakistani food. And Drip, how many siblings do you have? He said, because she knows me and my siblings won't eat that food all the time. I guess I've never really known anybody from there, that region of the world. And then we're going to go in with our eggs. And then if you want more toppings, feel free to put more toppings in there. But this quesadilla is very filling in my mind. Like, to me, it's very filling. But we are going to make 2 quesadillas. One will be for display, and the other one is going to be the one I'm going to be eating on. And then you want to get a clean spatula because you don't want to make the bottom of your tortilla look dirty. I just realized that y'all weren't all the way beat down, so that's how it looks. We're making a steak and egg quesadilla. And then what I like to do is I'll come and I'll check the bottom. Oh, we're doing really good. I might even turn the pan up, in fact. And hey, Liliana, how are you doing? We are just making steak and egg quesadillas. I know that on Saturday I normally do my members only live stream or members only live chat. I was not able to do that this weekend, so here we are on a Monday. And Liliana said, amazing. How are you, best friend? I am doing okay, but I always feel happier when I come up here and talk to you guys and check in with my people. We're going to fold it like that, press it down. And what I do is I'll flip it both sides. This is really hot. Be careful. Woo! And then I put it on my cutting board over here. And I use a pizza cutter to cut it. I'll show y'all all that. Don't even worry. And like I said, we're gonna do a second quesadilla. Oh, and yesterday we normally do Sunday dinner. Y'all, I was so tired yesterday that we're gonna be doing Monday dinner. And we're having chicken and dumplings. So then we're gonna take it over here. Kind of let that cool down for a second. Let me clean these eggs off. Eggs off here. I'm gonna turn down my pan a little bit just because now it's hot. And then we're gonna put the tortilla on there, and well, first I'm gonna swirl my pan around so it gets oil all over the place. And then we're gonna put the quesadilla on there. And then this is how I do it, Liliana. I know you do it differently. This is how they do it in the restaurants, though. But then we're gonna put the cheese on there. I love y'all foodie gang because when I come up here, y'all be like, you ain't doing that right. You ain't doing that right. You're supposed to do it like this. And I'm like, is this my channel or your channel? I'm gonna turn this pan down even more. Then we're gonna come back with a steak. I only put the steak on half of my quesadilla because I'm gonna fold it over. Or only put toppings on half of my quesadilla because I'm gonna fold it over. Then we're gonna come back with the eggs. And I got the pizza cutter. Okay, then we gotta get our little dip sauce. Oh, if you have guacamole, this will be perfect to put some on the side. I'm gonna give this a little stir because it's been sitting in this container for a minute. Not a long time. But give your sour cream a little stir. Go. Steak and egg quesadilla. Got a second one right here. There we go. There we go. And then this one's about done. Yeah, that's how you do it, y'all. Super, super simple, quick, easy breakfast. You can put whatever toppings you want inside of your quesadilla. It is totally up to you. Let me readjust again. Okay, y'all see what I'm doing? Turn this a little bit more. Okay, I got the pizza cutter. Use a pizza cutter to cut your quesadillas. I learned this in the restaurant. They taught me this because I was using a knife at first, right? And they came up and they was like, "Where you need to use an ice cream?" No, sorry, pizza cutter. And they showed me how to use a pizza cutter to cut a quesadilla, and I was like, "Wow!" So every time I cut a quesadilla, now I use a pizza cutter, and it works so good. That's how it should be. This is our second one. Steak and egg quesadilla. We got 2 steak and egg quesadillas here. So there we go. That simple food again. Now let me take a bite and let me try it for you guys. So you can see the cheese in there, you can see the steak. And like I said, guacamole would be perfect for this. When we used to serve in the restaurants, we always had guaco. I'm about to say pico de gallo guaco, but that don't make no sense. We always had guacamole or we had pico de gallo. A little bit of that sour cream on there. Got tacos in them. Delicious. Try it with some salsa. That is good. Okay. I'm gonna get this situated at the table. I have some mimosas, some stuff to make mimosas still left over from Friday. So we're gonna eat, drink our mimosas, and talk unless something else happens. So let me get set up at the table. I was just so hungry. I had to eat that one piece, y'all. I was hungry. I needed that one little piece. And so we still got the stuff to make mimosas. We're gonna make mimosas. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk, and we're gonna chill. Okay. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna get y'all. Don't worry, foodie gang. If something happens, I'm coming back. Okay, I'm gonna move my phone holder over here to the table. Let's see. Okay, can y'all see me okay? I think so. I think we're good. Let's see. Are we cricket? Are we cricket, foodie gang? We cricket. Okay, I think we good now. Hey, Altipa, what's going on, girl? What's going on? Okay. I had a long weekend. And so, I had a long weekend. We did not stream at all yesterday. We're going to be doing dinner tonight. And I owe my members this members only chat. So here we are on a Monday. And Elsie, but what you doing? She said, it's the core bell for me. Yeah, we finna get lit up in here. Let me make sure okay. Y'all, can y'all see me straight? It's not crooked no more. Okay, so on Friday we did a brunch mukbang, and I have champagne left over, and I have orange juice, so I've been drinking mimosas. And hey, Elchiba, how you doing, girl? Elchiba, you ready for the week? I've been drinking mimosas. But it's just me, so like this bottle of champagne or lasts a long time. I like to do a lot of champagne and a little bit of orange juice in my mimosas. And if y'all are on YouTube, check out El Cheapo's channel. Great mother, very hard worker. El Cheapo, I was watching this video where you was in the restaurant and we was in the cut and we was watching you fill to go orders. That little restaurant that you work at, El Cheapo, is busy. That restaurant is be popping. I don't know what type of food do they serve there. I need to come to that restaurant because they be having El Cheapo working. They got some orange juice right here, and then I made a steak and egg quesadilla. Make sure y'all can see everything. See everything. And we got the Drip King in here. He said, hey, El Cheapo. I have gold napkins. I don't know why I didn't grab them. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. When I be at home and it's just me, I be eating paper plates. So I don't got to wash dishes. I be trying to cut every corner I can. But when y'all get here, you know, I bring out the real plates. I bring out the mimosas and the flute. When y'all not here, I be drinking my mimosas out of a red cup. And Chica said soul food. It must be good. Oh, you told me. You told me that. I think you said you eat the meat and not the sides there. Mm-mm-mm. This quesadilla with this taco seasoning on here is delicious. Mm-mm-mm. Cheers to my members. I didn't realize how angry I was until I ate this food. I'm like, oh, now I feel better. And outdoors, how are you doing? How are you doing? He said cheers. But yeah, you know how like you're angry and you're sad and you just don't know why. And then you eat some food, you're like, huh, that's what it was. I was hungry. Okay, so tonight we are going to be doing dinner. I normally do Sunday dinner, but I was so tired yesterday. We're going to do dinner. I know for sure one of my sisters is going to show up. We got to see about everybody else. Good. It is during the week, and everybody's a little bit more busy during the week, so we'll see. But what are you guys' plans for today, Food Name? What's y'all plans? Just look at that. Look at that steak in there. We got plenty of steak in here. We have cheese. We got eggs. A little bit of that taco seasoning. I'm messing up. I'm supposed to have the display out so y'all can see it. I'm telling you, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry I had to get to it. But this is the display. It's what we made. Steak and egg quesadilla. Super, super good. I misspoke. Okay. I said yesterday I didn't do no lives, but I did do a live. I just wasn't cooking We have the Foodie Gang food panel here. We talked about Black History Month, Doge, and we also talked about the snack recall. So I did do a live yesterday. I just was sitting down. I was not cooking, but I did go live yesterday. And I wanted to do that live still just because I had already had that prearranged. So I wanted to keep my word. But y'all, normally I have my camera on. The camera was off. I was so tired yesterday. I almost forgot about it. But if you guys missed that live, go check it out. We caught up with the panel. We did a catch up, see how everybody's doing. Like I said, we are going to be going live making chicken and dumplings. This is like just what I needed. Mm-mm-mm. So we did go live, but I was not cooking. I did not cook yesterday. Hey, Wuzzy, how are you doing? I am so sorry. I'm just over here eating. I ain't even talking to y'all. I'm hungry. It is 12:30 here. So I haven't been dragging my feet and making breakfast. But Wuzzy and Food Gang, we made a steak and egg quesadilla. And I showed you guys how to make it. And Wuzzy, we normally do these member-only live chats on Saturday. But I had a gymnastics competition to go to, so we weren't able to do it on Saturday. I didn't do it on Friday, and we had the mukbang. So here we are on a Monday, doing a members-only live chat to show my appreciation for all the members, all the support. And what he said, doing good, how are you? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was cranky this morning, and I didn't know why until I ate this food. I was really hungry and really angry, but now I'm feeling better. I always feel better when I come here and I'm able to cook and able to tap in with the Foodie Gang. Man, I just think like, man, I wish I would have started my channel years ago. I just love being able to connect with the Foodie Gang, and I really like cooking. And I feel like many times or often when I'm feeling kind of like down or something like that, or not feeling the greatest, I will find myself cooking, and it makes me happier. So I'm doing good now. And we're gonna be making chicken and dumplings. But y'all, I went in my daughter's room. Okay, so we had a busy weekend. She won 3 medals. She did really good at the competition. And she won a ribbon as well. She did really good at the competition, and she did not sleep too well the night before, and she woke up with a little cough. So she really wasn't feeling good this weekend. And I felt bad for her because we're literally in Fairbanks, Alaska, where it is 0-degree weather. And she had to compete. And I just felt bad for her. So I haven't really been getting on her too much about cleaning this weekend. Because normally, y'all know how I don't play about no cleaning. So I kind of just let it go. Like, all right, I'm gonna let it go. Um, but I went in there today and I was like, I gotta clean this up. This is driving me crazy. And it was so cold. It gets negative 40 in Fairbanks. Negative 40. And then in the summertime, it'll get to like 110 degrees. So weird how it gets really cold and really hot in Fairbanks, but it was brutal. And I think that's why my weekend went like this. I was just so cold when I was there. Like, I feel like as soon as I walked out of the airport until I went back to the airport, I was just cold. Even when I was in the inside. So she had a really long weekend. I wasn't really too hard on her about cleaning. But I went in there today and I'm like, I'm cleaning this up. My daughter has gifts from Valentine's Day and Christmas that she has not even opened, but she has unwrapped them. And I'm like, I think my daughter just likes getting gifts. And then she kind of just like puts it off to the side and plays with what she's been playing with from before. But I'm going to tell her now, like, hey, we're going to open some of this stuff and we're going to do some of these activities. Because I don't know, you're like hoarding gifts in here. But yeah, like some of her Christmas gifts are not even open. I get her gifts for Valentine's Day every year. They're not even open. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she just like getting stuff. And her birthday is coming up. So she has a lot of like toys, a lot of like little gadgets that she hasn't even opened yet, and her birthday's coming up. I think my daughter just likes getting gifts, but she doesn't really care about using them. It's probably like 30 gifts that she hasn't even opened yet in her room, just sitting in there. And what she said, it's so weird. I have been finding things I never opened from when I was little. And I'm like, how did I not open this? That's what I'm like. She was so excited about getting these gifts for Christmas and for Valentine's Day. And she hasn't even opened any of them. So it's like, what was the pressure about getting you all these gifts if you're not going to open them? It's weird. It's like, but I know she can be like, Mom, when she gets home, she's like, Mom, thank you for cleaning up my room. Yeah. Because you know, I only clean up your room certain times, and I know you had a rough weekend. So I ain't going to trip about it. But she has so many gifts not open in her room. That sounds good, Wuzzy. I remember that Philly cheesesteak hot pocket. I haven't had that in a long time. I'm trying to remember the last time I had a hot pocket, but when I was a kid, my mom would always get the pepperoni and then the ham and cheddar cheese hot pockets from Sam's Club. And I think one time she got the Philly cheesesteak hot pockets, but I don't think we like them. But I haven't had one in a long time. We got the mimosa right here. I'm gonna have to refill it in a second. I think my favorite mimosa that I made would be the one with the pineapple juice and the champagne. It was just so delicious. Yeah, but I haven't had a hot pocket in a long time. I tried to get them for my daughter. She's a very picky eater, and I'm trying to figure out what she likes. So sometimes I'll get like a little small pack of something. But I got her the ham and cheese hot pockets, and she was like, "Mom, I do not like these. I don't even think she liked the pizza ones." I'm like, "Dang." And like, I think I still got one of them hot pockets in my freezer that I tried to give to her. But now, honestly, Foodie Gang, I try to cook at home as much as possible now. Um, just because I feel like the customer service just has gone kind of downhill. You know, people aren't that nice. When you watch, oh my goodness! So I went to eat in Fairbanks, and I cannot remember if I got a picture of my meal or not. I had got a cheeseburger and fries, right? And I got like a cheese pizza flavor. And I'm gonna tell y'all the story before we get up out of here. And what he said, he would take my hot pockets that Ava does not like. Okay, so I went out to eat in Fairbanks at this place called Fender. I think I got a picture, but I probably didn't because I probably was so cold. I was just like, I wanted to do a live stream when I was in Fairbanks. When I got there, I was like, I'm so cold. Man, forget everything. But I got a cheeseburger, I got ranch fries, and a cheese pizza for Ava. Right? So, my total came up to $29. So I gave the server two $20 bills. So my total was $29. I gave her $40 to pay, right? She was like, "Do you want change?" I looked at her like, "What? What?" You think you finna get $11 tip on a $29 bill? What? I don't know if I'm being cheap or not. But you wanted a $10, $11 tip on a $29 bill? How is that right? So, the woman, we went with one of Ava's gymnastics friends and her mom. Her mom do not play that. She had her little Apple Watch, right, on her wrist, and she did the math, and she was like, "Your tip should be $5, it's 20%. I was like, "Do I want change? Yeah, run me my money back." The food was good. But I'm like, I was just like, what? I was taken aback by that. What he said, bizarre. I'm like, for an $11 tip, I could have just ordered a whole nother pizza. But yes, she wanted. So my bill was $29. I gave her $40. She said, "Do you want change back?" Like, what? Maybe, and I was thinking, well, maybe the people out in Fairbanks tip really, really well. Or something. But of course, I want my change back. That's a whole $11 tip. That's a lot. My bill's only $29. That's one third of my whole bill. And I have done a live stream about tipping before, and I feel like now it's mandatory, or they have made it mandatory, and they make you feel bad if you don't tip. But come on now, like you're asking for an $11 tip. That's kind of on a $20 bill. That's crazy. But I would go back to that place, but I was looking at her like, what? Yeah, I want my change back. Hey, how are you doing, love and live show? Love, I'm just telling this story where I went to Fairbanks, Alaska. My bill was $29. Hey, Angela, listen to the story. Okay, tell me what y'all think. My bill was $29. So I gave her two 20s, $40, right? And she turned to me and she said, do you want change back? So she wanted an $11 tip on a $29 bill. Am I being cheap? Or what she justified? And love said, I'm listening. Angela said, hey, 907 mod in chat. We made a steak and egg quesadilla. This is the display. I already ate mine back over here. But $29 bill, I gave her $40 and she asked me if I wanted to change back. I was looking at her like, yeah, I want my money back. But 20% of my bill was only supposed to be $5. And I feel like this, when you go to a restaurant and someone gives you cash, you should bring them back all of their change. And then you should let that person decide if they want to give you a tip. But nowadays, people feel entitled to tips. They feel entitled to your money. Elsie said, I'm back. Oh yeah, LT Bar, I remember you said something about the garden. Anna said, yep, trying to get you into leaving a bigger tip. Okay, LT Bar, I think you missed the story. Okay. My bill was $29. I gave her two 20s, $40. She asked me if I wanted change back. Now, that would leave her an $11 tip. I want y'all to tell me, if you haven't already, what do you think about this? Do you feel like that's wrong of them to ask that? Or do you feel like it's justified? And it just sucks that tips are they have made them where they feel mandatory now. And I feel like it's making the workers not even work hard because they feel the tips are mandatory. But what happened to, like, if you give me good service, I'll tip? Like, what happened to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I wasn't even going to leave a tip? That's why I'll be at home with the food. We ain't got to worry about tips. And as people said, I've experienced that before, and it's not right. But I get it because they don't get paid a lot and depends on tips. They don't get paid a lot and depend on tips. But it makes me mad that every time somebody is not paid well or there is a price increase, they just pass it on down to the customers. And it's like, you've passed down too much to us now that we can't even afford to eat here anymore. And as people say, I give amazing service and smiles, and some people still don't tip. All right, Wuzzy, thank you for coming by. We finna get up out of here soon. But do you feel like people have to tip El Cheapo? Working, El Cheapo said, working in the restaurant, I see the other side now. That's what my sister was saying, and she was saying before she became a server, she never tipped, but now that she has that experience as a server, she always tips. And Anna said, I had an Instacart shopper ring up a $1 bag of rice 36 times to get a bigger tip. That's that's foul. You called them on her. That's okay. So she had a $36 or a $1 bag of rice, and she's getting 36 times, adding $36 onto your bill. Now that's not cool. But it's just unfair that like I don't know, maybe because I've never served. I have worked in a restaurant before. The place where I worked, we didn't do tips. We just had our hourly wage, which I think that they paid pretty well where I worked at in the kitchen. So when I worked in the kitchen, I couldn't even get tips. And as people said, I've always tipped 10%, but no lie, I'll be looking forward to going out with nice tips at the end of the night. And if not, it's a bummer. And my sister was pretty much saying the same thing. She was saying until she became a server, she never tipped. But now that she has worked as a server and had that experience, she always leaves the tip now. Um, have you ever gone after somebody who was like a tip? What? My one friend, ooh, she was so. Some people would say she was mean. She was just, she just didn't play that, but she left a penny. I think she left a penny, or sometimes she wouldn't even tip. She would just pay exactly what she owed. Um, some people feel like they shouldn't have to tip. But that woman wanted an $11 tip. I think I left her like $4 or $5. But it's like, you don't know where my bank account is. What if I don't got no money? Woo! She was said they paying me like a Mexican with no papers at the restaurant. And you're in California, so your wages or some of the wages that they pay people are very low, in my opinion, coming from Alaska. And when I was in Oregon working in the kitchen, I think I got like my highest was like $17 an hour. And as people say, it feels like when you do a show and work hard and no one sends a super chat or cash app. That's a good comparison. But there again, the difference would be we do not get an hourly wage. There is no hourly wage. At least y'all get an hourly wage. And then a super chat or a cash app, that's like tips. But we don't even get hourly wages. All we depend on is those. And sometimes if you have a lot of like viewers, you can get the I think it's in-stream ad money, or I forgot what they call it. I think I missed one. Let me stand up and swipe my phone down. Okay, and Angela said I tip 20% all the time. So you don't have to cheat or guilt me. I have bills too. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Where is the empathy? It just seems kind of like there ain't no empathy. I'm sorry, I gotta get some chapstick. My lips is dry. But it feels like if y'all want us to care about y'all bills and what y'all got going on and how y'all not paid right, how you know we not going through all that stuff too? And I ain't talking about you other people, I'm just saying. Eligible, no, it's not. No, it's not. And as you says, the video montage is the hourly wage. No, it's not. We literally, it's not the same. But I get what you're saying about the comparison. It's similar. And then as people said, 20% is a lot. A black fly. I only give Jesus 10. But you know what else, people? I know how you feel about politics and all that stuff. But oh, this is my lip chap on the table. I have a bunch of different lip chaps. This is the Burt's Bees. Y'all see it? It's alright. It's alright. I use a Carmax. I have so many different lip chaps, and I put them all around the house. I have them in the car so that no matter what, my lips ain't gonna dry. Okay. As people, I know how you feel about politics and how you feel about Trump, and I'm not saying that Trump is the end all be all. I think all politicians are a little bit shady in my opinion. But do you guys feel like with some of the reckless spending kind of getting reeled in and kind of getting put, they're not going to be having so much reckless spending. Do you guys feel like our lives will look a little bit different? Because they're spending money so recklessly. You know how we had the wildfires in LA, some of the natural disasters, Tampa, Houston and Dallas, and people were not able to get help. And FEMA had no money. Do you feel like with some of the restructuring of our government and changing how taxpayer money is spent, do you feel like things will get a little bit better on us as people, working people? Oh, okay. Chipa has a good point. Chipa said, I don't feel like it's going to benefit people in my tax bracket. Okay. Do you feel like it'll change when we have the natural disasters? Do you feel like people will be able to get a little more help? And as people said, rich will get rich and poor will be poorer. Or poor will be poor. And the answer said yes, I think things should get a little better. I think they will too, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And I feel like the reason why we don't have a lot of resources and why we can never get help, um, whether that's just with food stamps, month to month help, is because a lot of the taxpayer money is being spent so recklessly. Like how the illegal immigrants are coming over and they're getting all this stuff. Like, I don't know, but we gotta wait and see, ladies. We gotta wait and see. Oh, did you guys hear about Maha Make America Healthy Again? Did y'all hear about that? Which I think we definitely need. Things could be a lot better over here for us. And we may have to do a live stream and talk about Maha Make America Healthy Again. Shout out to RFK Jr. And people said no, and Angela said, what is that? See, y'all know I be watching politics. Okay, Make America Healthy Again is, I did a live stream about RFK Jr., how he wanted to take out some of the food dyes, a lot of the chemicals. He wanted to get seed oil out of our fast food and out of a lot of other foods. So he has just been, I believe Congress just approved him to be, I always forget what the name of his title, his job title is, but Congress just approved his position for him to be a part of Trump's cabinet. And so one of the campaigns that they want to do is Make America Healthy Again. And I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on it. But they want to make America healthy again. They want to take out some of the food dyes, a lot of the chemicals in our food. Gushers and Skittles are banned in other countries, but they're allowed for us to eat and consume here. I also think this is the reason why number three food dye or red number three food dye was banned back in January because they knew RFK Jr. was coming for them. And they started doing some of the things. And Angela said, that sounds really good. And Drip King said, hi, love and live. Yes, I'm going to have to do a live stream and really break it down, get some videos, and we're going to talk about it. Because I just know a little bit, but I haven't really took a deep dive into the whole subject. But what I will say is Congress, when Trump tries to elect these cabinet members, and Congress always be acting a fool. Okay, so I'm not saying that they never did it for the Democrats, but the way they is drilling these people and some of the questions that they are asking these potential cabinet members is crazy. They are going hard, but I think that this is due and it's time for us to eat better as Americans, for us to save money before our country goes bankrupt. Um, it's time, and it seems like it's gonna be hard at first because we're used to certain things, you know. But when you start saving it, it's always hard in the beginning. But we're gonna see LT. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay, we're gonna be coming back and we're gonna be making dinner in a little bit. I believe my family will stop by for dinner tonight. I already have the next live stream set up. I gotta clean up the kitchen. But shout out to all the members. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this channel. As always, we had a great conversation. I only had 2 mimosas. I can't do 3 because I ain't gonna get nothing done. And make sure you guys connect with all the content creators that I mentioned, El Cheapo, Drip King, Love and Live Show. They all have great channels and great platforms. Join my food group on Facebook and share your food with me and with us. We're almost at 3,000 members. We're going to continue to grow, continue to cook, and share our passion of food. But y'all have a blessed day. Be positive. Be happy people out in the world. And remember, you know, it's God first. And it's God's plan. But I will see you guys on the next one. I'm your host. And this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.